You know, honey, we really need to talk about something. This pandemic's starting to get really serious, and the president's now talking about putting the whole nation on lockdown. Um, he's thinking about locking us down for 2 weeks, and we'll probably get bored in that time, start doing some things a little more. It's probably time that we take contraceptives into consideration.
So you want me to, start using condoms? Like, what's wrong with what we're doing now?
Well, the pull-out method's not really that effective, but condoms also really don't feel that great. So what I'm suggesting is that I go talk to a doctor and start thinking about birth control.
So how is this going to affect us if, say, we want to have kids in the future?
Well, I don't know. That's why in the morning I'm gonna go to the doctor's office and figure out what birth control method's best for me.
Miss Mihelic? How can I help you today?
So my friends and I have discussed, and I think it's best if I get on birth control, but I don't really know my options, and I think it would be best to speak to a professional.
Okay, my nurse Alyssa can take you to our room so that you can talk to a doctor and review your options.
Alrighty.
Hi Abby, I'm Alyssa. I'm your nurse for the day. Follow me this way.
Hi Abby, I'm the Depo-Provera shot. Some people call me the birth control shot, the Depo shot, and the DMPA. I am more than 99% effective, which means only 1 in 100 users will get pregnant each year. That's hard to beat, I know. I also contain the hormone progestin. For all of those who doesn't know what progestin is, that actually stops pregnancy by preventing ovulation. Whereas when there's no egg in the tube, no pregnancy can happen. I also make females' mucus in the cervix thicker so sperm can't get through. How cool is that? You must remember to get me on time, because if you're late, I'll decrease down to 94% effective, which means 6 out of 100 users will get pregnant each year. So make sure you take me on time.
Okay, so I actually have a couple of questions.
That's fine.
How often do I have to take this shot?
You must remember to get me once every 3 months or 4 times a year to get the best results. You can start using me whenever you want. If you get the first shot within the first 7 days after the start of your period, you're protected from pregnancy right away. I'm much better than having to remember to have to take a pill or going through the struggle to put a condom on every time before sexual intercourse. I'm very reliable, so you can trust me.
So, how expensive is this shot?
I range from $0 to $150 actually, but good news, I can be free or low cost with many different insurance plans. Medicaid and some other government programs are included.
Alright, so why do you think this method is best for me?
So actually some of the advantages of taking the shot is preventing pregnancy. You just have to make sure at keeping up with your shot and when it's due. The second reason is the shot is convenient and private, and what I mean by this is I'm super easy to get and it's not a hassle to remember every single day. Also, you can go and get me at a doctor's office, so it's super private. You wouldn't have to deal with any packaging like the pill or any evidence of birth control, so nobody has to know you're even getting me. 3, you get your period less often. Like, who doesn't want to have a period? Like, 4, I can protect you from cancer of the uterus and ectopic pregnancies. 5, I am temporary, so you can get pregnant after you stop taking me. And 6, I am also safe to take while after pregnancy, so you can breastfeed with your baby. So don't forget to choose me, the Depo shot, if you're looking for a super good and reliable birth control method. Look at that, it's the contraceptive implant at the door.
Hi Abby, I'm the implant. I'm also known as a contraceptive implant. I'm over 99% effective. I can last up to 4 years. I release a hormone called progestin, and it prevents ovaries from releasing eggs. I'm usually inserted into your arm. You can get me at most clinics. Although I do not protect against STIs.
Alright, so you can't protect against STIs, but what other side effects do you have?
My side effects may include acne, headaches, changes in the menstrual cycle, pain, bruising, swelling, redness, infection, and scarring.
Is this gonna be feasible?
Typically costs around $600 and then around $100 to remove me out of your arm.
Alright, so right now I'm not considering to get pregnant and have a kid, but I do foresee that in my future. Is there any chance that would affect pregnancy?
If you choose to get pregnant, you can start trying after I am removed, although fewer than 1 in 100 women using an implant will get pregnant each year.
Oh look, it's the daily birth control pill. It's me! Hi Abby, I'm the birth control pill. There are forms of me depending on the hormone and dosage. Some examples are orthotricycline, Yasmin, or orthonovium.
So how does the pill work?
The hormones I give off, which are estrogen and progesterone, prevents ovaries from releasing eggs. When you take me, it will be daily for 3 weeks, only once a day. The last week of the pills will be a week of placebos, or some would call sugar pills. This is to bring on your period. This is an effortless procedure. I'm 91% effective with typical use.
How much do you cost?
There's a good chance you can get low cost or free birth control pills if you have health insurance because of the Affordable Care Act. Most insurance plans must cover all methods of birth control at no cost to you, including the pill. If you have a prescription, some of these pills are free.
So what are the advantages to the pill?
So some of the advantages of the pill: it does not interrupt sex. It usually makes your bleach regular, lighter, and less painful. It reduces your risk of cancer of the ovaries, womb, and colon. It can reduce symptoms of PMS. It can sometimes reduce acne. It may protect against pelvic inflammatory disease. You should choose me because I'm the only birth control that isn't a painful process to maintain safe sex.
I think the DUI's here.
Actually, it's IUD. Hi there, I'm an IUD, a tiny device that you put in your uterus to prevent pregnancy. I'm a long-term reversible and one of the most effective birth controls out there.
Alright, so what does IUD stand for?
I stand for intrauterine device, and I'm a small piece of plastic that's shaped like a T.
What are the types of IUD?
There are 2 types of IUDs. There's copper and hormonal. Copper IUDs can protect you for up to 12 years, and hormonal can last from anywhere from 3 to 7 years.
How do IUDs work?
I change the way sperm cells move so they cannot make it to your egg.
How effective is the IUD?
I'm more than 99% effective.
What are the benefits?
Effective, convenient, you can get pregnant after using me, I can be used as an emergency contraceptive, and I can make your periods lighter.
Are there any disadvantages?
There are 6 main disadvantages. There's pain when I'm put in, cramping or backaches for a few days after I'm put in, spotting between periods, irregular periods, heavier periods, and worse menstrual cramps with just the copper IUDs. And I do not protect against STDs.
Okay, Abby, it's time to make your final decision on which birth control method that you are going to choose. Are you going to choose me, the depot shot? I know you said you wanted to get pregnant later on in life, so I'll prevent ectopic pregnancies. Are you going to choose me, the IUD? I'm 99% effective, but I can be a little bit painful.
Are you going to choose me, the birth control pill? I am the least painful birth control.
Abby, I know that you're very forgetful and you only have to insert the implant once.
I kind of have a fear of needles, so I don't really think the depot shot would be right for me. As for the IUD, you mentioned pain, and I have a low pain tolerance, so I don't know how well I'd handle having it put in. The pill, though I am pretty forgetful, I actually have a morning routine. I wake up at 6 a.m. every morning and I take my pills first thing in the morning. I have this pill box, so I can actually just put it in with the rest of my pills. And then the implant, the thought of it moving around in my body is terrifying. All right, so I think the best option for me is the birth control pill.
So, at the clinic today, I learned a lot about birth control. I think that the pill is going to be the best option for me. So I'll be starting that at the end of this cycle.
That's great.
What's wrong?
Pizza.
I'm sorry.
Can I eat it now?